We have Mr. Dan Sanders. Come on up, Dan. All right, the girls have all done the hard work. You'll just make them laugh once or twice, and that'll be all right. All right, so anybody that doesn't know Dan, do you want to just set the scene for your practice and when what were your frustrations when you started with OSA?
Myself.
Yourself.
That's still the case. So I think, 21 years, I've been the owner of Perspective Opticians. Locums, Specsavers beforehand, locums, and thought, great, I could smash out 30 tests a day, best conversion rates. I was like, it's going to be easy, just open my own place and everyone would come and be great. So I was going to open my own practice from scratch, but ended up buying a practice that was sort of failing, if you like. It'd been set up a couple of years. It was where I wanted to be. So thought, great, this is it. And then after about 2 weeks of having it, nearly had a nervous breakdown, nearly sort of decided, right, I'm going to go bankrupt, I'm going to just close it, I can't do this. But something inside you, your friends, your family, they help you, you go.
What was the reason for that?
Just I hadn't prepared, always just thought.
You weren't busy, or you just felt out of your depth?
Everything, all that sort of, it was me and one member of staff. We had an empty book, and I was used to doing 15-minute tests, and that's I thought that's how you are successful. That's how the practice looks like. And the reality hit home. I hadn't really done my homework. I hadn't really sort of thought that. Just thought I'd just go and do it, be fine. But preparation, sort of prepared to fail, isn't it? I suppose. But I suppose this is where you just have to dig in and start. And you couldn't not sort of push yourself, I suppose, and survive, I suppose. And that's where survival instincts kick in. And
so how did you turn that around? Because obviously this is way before we'd probably met.
So similar time to you guys starting. I think you just had to have that bit of faith that you must be quite good at what you do to want to go and do your own things. So you just had to sort of be nice to people and try and do a good job. But I would test anything. I'd test the cat if it walked in. So but you sort of that led on to the big problem being we moved on, sort of got the practice going and grew quite a lot. And we got the figures up pretty high. I thought, oh, this must be pretty. But I was just working 6 days a week, sort of rapidly testing. Anyone that came in, we were doing diabetic screening. We were trying to be everything to everyone. Like doing the high end, but also would be the case of, we don't want to risk a prescription walking out the door. So I think when I met you about 2010, I think, when your friend Matt, who lives in the Birmingham area, I met him on a diabetic screening course, I think we were doing. And he said, do you want, me and my mates, we've all got independent practices, do you want to come and meet up with us? And that was, I think, when I met the rabble, I think, sort of. I just thought, oh my God, these guys have all got really cool practices, and it was nice to speak to someone else who had the same problems and trying to do the same thing, and it was an eye opener for me, and basically just kept all the guys just kept telling me sort of just put your prices up and do less, and it took for about 3 years for me to actually just do that.
Yeah, it's funny how this is like the AI thing as well. Is sometimes the answer by itself isn't that valuable. Like someone can just tell you what to do, but you kind of have to mull it over in your head and go through it, and you have to struggle with it before you actually get to the point where, okay, right, let's do this.
It was all about going against everything I've been trained as I knew optics or from the Specsavers way. That was what I was really good at, but I didn't want to Specsavers, and meeting you guys sort of put me on the right path to thinking about what is important, what is your ideal customers, and what you actually want to focus on. You can't be everything to everyone. It was overcoming my own sort of fears, I suppose, about changing. It's what the whole process of this has been, and why I'm still here.
And what about you then? Would you say it's changed from you now versus you when you started?
I think the change is only accelerating. I think it's being brave enough to look at yourself and realise what you do need to change, and but also got to take the pressure off. Don't be so hard on yourself as well. I think that's probably why I was always too sort of worried about not wanting to look like I didn't know what I was doing, and sort of, but you've got to sort of bare your soul, I suppose, and sort of just actually analyse what take those difficult questions and just have a go at changing them, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that's been so. I think it's just that would be the advice I'd give to myself now. Would be just be brave and make that change.
Yeah. And obviously you work with Sam, your wife. How did you guys navigate that together? Were you always both on the same page, or?
Sam's probably the most understanding person in the world, and just
that's pretty evident. Yeah.
My care worker. So just for some reason, she's got confidence in me that I know what I'm maybe doing. Or
do you have like different areas of responsibility, like where somebody takes the lead in one area of the business?
Sam does all the serious stuff, and I just do all the sort of chatting and talking stuff, and sort of. I suppose yes, Sam does all the bits that I find boring or should be the important bits, like why we deal with the HR and all the dealing with the staff issues. Anything that I hate confrontation, and that was one of my biggest things that I didn't do well at all. Was when we got a problem with the team, I wouldn't confront it head on. I just thought, just be trying nice to people and think you get them to sort of change their ways or just by being. But sometimes you've got to take action, and that's where Sam's much more direct. And so she helps a lot in that respect. But both being optometrists is handy, so you sort of know. There's always one of us in the practice now, so which means that when you have got your days off, you can relax because there's sort of the boss is there. But it's it was funny. People always like working with each other. When we used to actually have days testing together, we'd still go in separate cars and we'd just hear each other through the wall, and then we'd go home separately. And then I'm lucky that it's the best I think business decision I made was marrying Sam.
Well, I was listening to the podcast you shared with me where a client who's a financial advisor was interviewing on his podcast, but you talked about how one of the nice things of being married to because I'm obviously the opposite, where I don't talk to Catherine about anything to do with the business, but you said one of the nice things was you just have somebody that understands what you're up against and what you're going through, and that can be there's a lot of value in that, definitely.
Massively, and this is part of, I think, about why I'm still in OSA, and I found my people. I always felt I never really found people who got me or sort of were interested in the same sort of things, and that's what I found in OSA and the people, like all the guys that we've over the years, and that's what I think you've got that place where you've got other people that just get you and understand you, make them think, and maybe think what you've got to say is reasonably helpful. That's
cool.
Massively important.
Did you just see me and think he's a fun guy? I want more of that in my life.
That's it. So I think I'll never forget our sort of opposite ends of the spectrum thing at
Seiko,
the yellow and red sort of thing. But
we were in Lisbon at a Seiko conference in October, and they had 60 people or so in the room, and you did this profile to figure out your it's not like quite a personality profile, but it's like yellow people are like bubbly, happy, life and soul of the party, and then on the other end you have red that are just goddamn, do this one, like just to the point. So 60 people, number 60 on the yellow end is Dan, and number 0 on the yellow end is Conor over the other end. So
it just shows it can work either way.
Yin and yang, isn't it? Opposites attract, Dan.
Yeah, massively so. I think I remember you sort of saying you sort of suggested, I think from when we first met the TFB guys, it was you listened to me moan about, I can't do that, I haven't got time to do that, I can't do this, I haven't got time to do that. And I think you sort of said, I think, I might be able to help you here, Dan. So I need a guinea pig to actually maybe try and do some sort of do some business growth and stuff. And okay, that sounds good. And here we are. Well, that was it. Your pet experiment that maybe turned into
little pro bono. But I think it was coming to the conference and meeting the guys, so that was the first thing for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So is there anything you do consistently now that you didn't do before that you think makes a difference?
Take time out with the guys and spend time with my team. I used to have always thought it's just got to be in the test room, test, and we've now for 20 years I've been hidden upstairs in all our clinical was hidden upstairs. It was lovely and quiet, and I could disappear up there and get away from everyone. And the new shop fit I'm right next to reception now, one-on-one level. I was absolutely dreading it, but it's been a change. I love it. I'm back in the team again now, and I even have a cup of tea in the staff room and things like that, and just sit and chat with it. And that it's just getting back to that bit, which is I like talking to people all day long, but I wasn't talking to my team enough. So it feels like I've started again, and I'm it's just a sort of an exciting way to go forward, I think.
So you were kind of kicked out of your premises that you've been in for however many years, and under short notice had to find a new home and moved a couple of miles away. So at this point for you, and obviously you handled all that well and doing well so far, so the future is bright.
Yep.
What would you say success means for you right now then at this point?
Being here, sort of in one piece. I think
you just take it a day at a time. That.
Yeah, but I think now we're at a position where I'm sort of maybe finally coming out of my adolescence. Sort of and
growing up.
Being actually, I am a businessman. I am maybe sort of an adult now, and it is that you get that feeling when you see how your team is just sort of really knocking the spots and everything, and they're taking stuff on for themselves, and you think, oh, actually, I did train these guys, and that's where I'm getting my sort of fulfillment and success. Is just that the guys just run with it, and I just tend to be this useless person who I can't do that. Can you do that for me? And that works brilliantly. So
just swoop
in. I've got younger
in.
Staff, and they just think this crazy old man's. How do you do this? And they just go and do it, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, because you can do so much more good when you have a team of people, and if you can empower them. So.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing, Dan. I appreciate you being here as always. So let me give you your award. Congratulations to Dan, everybody. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'll catch you later.